let's play some Magic. So we have Tergrid's Arena, a Black Devotion nod to Obliterator's Fight Club. This is an interesting little list that, quite frankly, we've not gotten from anywhere. We literally just sat here and thought about some stuff that we experienced when we played the Rakdos version, and I wanted to give it a try in just simple Black Devotion. We may have some other ideas for league number 2 or 3 or 7, who knows. All right, maybe not 7, but it's interesting. So general concepts here is the build around is Tergrid, God of Fright. So if you're not familiar with this or haven't seen our previous ones here, this one reads, it's a 4/5 Menace God on the front, and it has whenever opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent, so this could be a land, this could be sacrificing a planeswalker, an enchantment, anything. When that happens, the God of Fright brings that back, can return it from the graveyard. So you have to be careful. You don't want things disappearing to the graveyard with Rest in Peace and or Leyline of the Void. Once that goes to the graveyard, you actually get a trigger, you get this back, and then you get the permanent. Pretty sweet. Could potentially let you ramp, could potentially get you a creature, all that. So that's that build around, but you also have the side of the Lantern as well, which is the backside, a legendary artifact, and basically has your opponent discard or sacrifice. If they don't, they end up taking 3, and you can actually untap this for the exact same cost you did to play it. So there you go. With that being said, we've splashed a whole bunch of junk in here, and we're going to basically, the initial premise here was to play Rack with the God, mainly more the Lantern side, but I actually think I want to play something a little more devotion-y tonight, and so that's why you have this. Now there's some suboptimal things being played here. We have Gatekeeper, which helps the devotion plan, but also has a kicker, which allows sacrifice. We have Liliana's Triumph, which sacrifices but also discards, which benefits Tergrid, because although we mentioned all the sacrifice, they could also discard a permanent, we get it. We have Liliana the Veil, which synergizes with the Triumph to allow discards, but also discards and sacrifices. So we have these edict type effects. We have a Plague Crafter here. If we're against more control, this is great. Make them sacrifice their Planeswalker. Above all, though, at the top end, because we're a devotion list, I threw in a Torment of Failfire, and we have Phyrexian Obliterator here, and in case we get the Arena out, well, we'll just say it may be Ram City. This is Black Devotion here, Tergrid's Arena in Modern. Let's see what you're all saying, then we'll get to our matches. You played a Jund Obliterator with Domries a while back. Yeah, Fight Club. There are different Phyrexian Obliterator Fight Club builds. There's black-green. We're kind of doing black-green with some Assassin's Trophies and Veil of Summers in the sideboard, and basically we're Black Devotion, Black Swamps and all of that, but we have Overgrown Tombs and Nurturing Peatlands here, as well as just other cards to allow us to splash. The splash is strictly for the sideboard. That's it. Assassin's Trophies, some Veils here. We have Feed the Swarms, Plague Engineers. Good stuff, good stuff. Will Jund and Greentron climb up on Modern meta after upcoming nerfs? It's hard to say, because all we know is Uro. But my guess, as we get into our league, my guess would be possibly the resurgence of alternate mid-range strategies will happen. What I mean by that is if you look at control right now, it's essentially Simic control. I play control cards, I play Uro, where the only other mid-range list is like Rakdos, because it's a little more optimized than, say, a Jund, because it can target, discard, and be still very aggressive. With Uro disappearing from the meta, I foresee some of that changing back to mid-range, and you're going to have also more traditional control. That blue-white, we might see a Miracle style list. We might see some of this stuff with the foretell mechanic. You're going to have that draw, go, instant speed, probably control, resurface without so much of the creatures and more creature land, planeswalker strategy. You're going to separate. You're going to separate the mid-range and the control. They're right now kind of smashing together. You're going to separate that, going to get 2 archetypes. You're going to have the rock, paper, scissors that happens. Mid-range, aggro, and control. Combo and prison and taxes are off to the side. Leafy mono black. Does Field finally die Monday? I don't see... So I think Field or Mystic Sanctuary will die on Monday. I don't think Mystic Sanctuary will just yet. But I also don't think Field. If there was one that would potentially go, it might be Mystic Sanctuary. It might be. I think they still like the idea of Field. I think Field is going to stick around, personally. They're starting to explore ways to interact with lands at lower costs. Cleansing Wildfire is a great example of that. And so I think a land that stays on the battlefield and has a wider requirement than something that's fetchable with just the 3 islands, I think is the reason it would stay around. That being said, it would still give control this kind of constant pressure by just hitting land drops versus where control misses a spell and hits a land drop. That's that breathing room for aggro and mid-range. And so if they determine that Field of the Dead doesn't provide that breathing room once you get to the later game, then that could see a ban, but I think Mystic Sanctuary is higher than Field. I really do. And it kind of disappoints me, but I think Field is a little more safe than Mystic Sanctuary. But I also say this with Uro, and Uro and Mystic Sanctuary are best buds. So you cut one off, maybe you don't want to completely cut the other like hand off. You want to let that one live for a little bit, and so we may not see either land banned. You hope they keep Mystic. I want to bad counterbalance. I think, help me, Jace. I think that's an excellent example why. I think they have to slowly strip out the ability to draw a card immediately, like do the bounce and prevent the counter Cryptic Command lock that can kind of happen. So that could be something that they're probably eyeing up to see if they like that interaction. I'm doing good. Tanaka Santos, how are you? We get to go first. Nice. Well, this is a hand. We have removal. Oh, you too. My opponent wishes us fun. We will. I think we keep this. We're 1 land away from Obliterator. I have Thoughtseize and a Fatal Push. And I've got the Keysake card here. I prefer probably a 2-drop here, but hey, this is a good start for the evenings. Got a little bit of everything we said we'd have in the chat conversations. Evening, Odysseus. All right, what do we have here? We have Aether Vials. We have a Deputy. We have a Leonin Arbiter. And we have a Spell Stutter Sprite. I mean, my cards are pretty big here. Maybe I don't care about them, and I just like... Deputy Detention's really weird with the Phyrexian Obliterator. I guess I take probably Leonin Arbiter here. I don't have that many fetch lands, though. Maybe I just take a Deputy. Like, don't care about the 2-drops because I can Fatal Push them. And I don't really care about both. I mean, I guess they can protect it. Let me take the Arbiter. Something tells me that that's just a smarter take here. Especially with them having a Ghost Quarter in their hands. That could slow me down on turn 3 or 4. No Garys in this list didn't want to play it. That's a totally different build than what we're trying to do. Not really, but hey, you know. Let's go ahead and put an Overgrown Tomb in tap. This makes me look like I'm multicolors. I'm not. You definitely could top deck a Gary, Corey. I just wanted a Tormenting Hailfire because I wanted it to synergize with God of Fright. You would top deck with that instead if you wanted to. All right, we're going to just leave a Spell Stutter Sprite up, it looks like. We have Inquisition. This is a perfect time to just Inquisition them. They'll Spell Stutter, we'll Fatal Push. Nothing to see here, opponent. And we'll grab that Deputy of Detention. Resolve and dies. Boom, boom. And then Inquisition away something. Yeah, it's got to be just the Deputy, right? I don't care about 2 Aether Vials. We're about to Obliterator them. Get out of here, Deputy. Deputy, you're gone. Phyrexian Obliterator on curve. Doing what we need it to do. I don't know what we're playing against. I was expecting some more Uros tonight because it's probably one of the last times, but we also might see some people practicing some lists for the PTQ. Both Aether Vials. No, they had another Aether Vial, didn't they? Yeah. They have an unknown card. We're about to wreck them. By the way, this is non-legendary. Bring that freebooter into play. That's right. Get obliterated. Get obliterated. Vial 2 and 3 don't matter nearly as much as Vial 1. Yeah, all these vials don't matter anymore. Nice, Last God. Blue-white Spirit should be fun. 2-drop coming in here. What do we got? Oh, Thalia. Creatures. I want to top deck Arena. Can I top deck Arena, please? Hankering for some paper. Nice. They are, Tana. I play them online because they're beautiful, and I will never play these in paper. One, they're only foiled. 2, just the thing. Quiet. Quiet. They pathed me. How dare they? How dare they? They pathed me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, I guess... I guess I just slam another Obliterator. By the way, I only have 3 in the list. We drew all 3. I don't think I need a God of Fright. Because of the Aether Vials, like, if they didn't have the Aether Vials, I would probably put the God of Fright down, put the Lantern side, and just make them discard every turn. But we'll just go ahead and play Obliterator in past turn here. Like, this is only worse to if I top deck a way to make them sacrifice the creature, and then I could have gotten this down, but I think I just slam with big Obliterator. I'm splashing green for my sideboard, actually. Veil of Summer and a couple Assassin's trophies. That's it. That's it. Green is for the splash out of the side. That's why I'm claiming it's a Black Devotion list, because that's what it is main board. Opponent's got things on 1, 2, 3. They're never, ever going to play anything except from here. Wow. What is going on? All right, before we attack, just because they could have a Reflector Mage, I'm going to put a Phyrexian Obliterator in. This plays badly into Deputy Detention. Don't worry about it. Here comes a 3-drop. This is interesting. Oh, Spell Queller. Oh, Spell Queller. All right, well, we'll just smash you for 5. It's smashed for 5. They won't block, obviously. And we'll just take 4 on the crackback, go to 11. We'll just slam this creature down. Smack, smack, smack. Maybe I just play this on the upside here, on the Lantern side, honestly. Start making them discard. I could, with this on the Lantern side, go to discard. They go activate an Aether Vial, and I make them re-discard. Actually, let's try that, maybe. That would be hilarious. Ghost Quarters me. Okay, fine. Fine. There went my green mana. Dang it. Opponent hits for 4. Puts me down. The Gifted Aetherborn. Let's swing for 5 here. This list
This list is a blit TTT.
Blit TTT. Thank you for the bits. I mean, we can offer 9 damage here. I think we go ahead and do that, because this also plays around a future Spell Queller. So put the God of Fright down and pass turn. From here, it's going to be really hard for them to win, I think. Obliterators, be still your heart. We're trying. It's good to see Obliterator in the good old world that we live in. My opponent did not do anything with that card in hand, so we have something in hand just hanging out right now. This is an additional 4 damage at me. How's everyone's Friday going? Oh, another 200 bits. Thank you. We got there. We got there. We beat whatever this is. Spell Stutter, Deputy, Thalia, Spell Queller. What's going on? What's going on? I kind of want a Maelstrom Pulse now, but we don't have that. We do have Pithy Needle. I'll probably bring that in. Apparition Softband Obliterator? Nah. Blue-White ETB. It's really funny you say it's Blue-White ETB because I had plenty of ways to deal with ETB creatures and took it all out. I don't know if Plague Engineer makes sense here. Huh. All right, so what are we thinking here? So we have Fatal Push, Blood Chiefs, Thoughtseize, Inquisition. Those look fine. Liliana's Triumph, fine. Gatekeeper's fine. Gifted Aetherborn's fine. Rider, Liliana, and Plaguecrafter are probably all fine too. Rankle's probably no good. Torment of Hailfire is probably no good. Do I need multiples of this? That may not be the case. We might want Damnation. I think it's going to be potentially Liliana the Last Hope, only because they could have X1 creatures. We saw a couple of those. I like the Pithy Needle possibly. I like the Damnations. I don't think there will be a need for Feed the Swarm. There may be more interest in a Plague Engineer or something like an Assassin's Trophy as a removal. But this is 4 cards, and I'm only looking at 2 right now to take out. I could see one of Thoughtseize being taken out. I'll take the one that's a little bit different in art. And I kind of want to take out the God of Fright, because I think I'm going to need these Damnations. But then I could also bring this still in and utilize this on the Lantern side. Do I like the new Seb Damnation? I do. It's really cool, but I do like this one, Contrasting Wrath of God, quite a bit. I think we're going to do these 4 out. Pithy Needle, Liliana, Last Hope, Damnations. You could maybe swap the Liliana for something different, but I like where this is going. I don't think I'm going to go for the Assassin's Trophies here. We are on the draw. I don't know. I think the Damnations will be fine here. All right. Apparently, I am just going to obliterate my opponent's hand here with Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes. My opponent's mulling to 6. I'm actually going to keep this hand because I have a Gifted Aetherborn. And if I can stall the board just for a turn or 2 here, we're going to get to Obliterator and my opponent's going to struggle. They keep 6. They play Mutavault. They play Aether Vial. We have 4 cards to steal. Gatekeeper's pretty good. We'll go get our basic. We don't need the green because we didn't bring green cards in. And I'm going to start with an Inquisition. It should be okay to do this. We have Path, we have Giver, we have Giver. Well, I'll just take a Giver here. They're going to get a Giver down. I could Path, or I could play like Aetherborn here and hope that they Path me, because I do need a little more mana. This is nice against Liliana, by the way, or against Thalia, by the way. All right, we're shocking in here. We probably have a 2-drop. Nope, Mutavault booting up. Well, if I really wanted to, I could Thoughtseize. Snowcover Swamp's super nice. I think I go ahead and Thoughtseize now because I have Gatekeeper next turn. That gets rid of the Giver that comes into play, and the double Thoughtseize steals Path plus Unknown. I'm taking a little bit of damage here through double Thoughtseize, but my life total won't matter because of Aetherborn. Here comes Giver. Okay, and I have Path, and I'm hoping there's another card here for me to steal. There's not, unfortunately, just a Hallowed Fountain. So we never have to use this Thoughtseize again. Looks like I'm just going to probably Gatekeeper next turn, maybe followed by Obliterator. Now this protection from a color could be detrimental to the Obliterator. We'll see. 2-drop coming down. Thalia, that's fine. This is looking totally fine here. Boots up, hits me for 2, probably gives protection here. We'll Gatekeeper to kill Giver or Thalia here and just move on with our lives. If we miss the land drop, we play Gifted. If we don't, we play Obliterator. We know it's a Hallowed Fountain. They should play that tapped. Thank you. Good play. All right. Contemplating, but then realizing Thalia's here. We're just going to kick this. Kicking will get me at least one of them off the battlefield. I could see them maybe ditching this, but this is a 2-1 first strike. So we'll see what they want to do. I get one of these, luckily, because of this. Fear not, the star attraction is here. Yeah, the Chalice, by the way, is pretty sweet. I do like that, but I think I'm going to enjoy the Chalice of Great Wonderfulness soon. Look at that. They got rid of Thalia. Liliana is now our next one if we miss land drop. Opponent's top deck. Here we go. We're doing good. We're doing good so far. They may just give this protection from black and try to smack me and race me. I am at 10 if they do that. Boots up. I don't foresee myself blocking here. I think I will just gladly take some damage. You don't see Tube Man? All right, we hit an Overgrown Tomb. So we could shock in here and go, or we could play Liliana not shocking in. Down tick on the Giver. Greens for Veil and Assassin's Trophy sideboard. 127. Who does math like that? I think I want to go ahead and do a Liliana down tick here. We'll get the Giver. We won't get maybe a 3-drop in their hand. And then I can put this into play tapped. I only take 1 instead of 2, 3 to get Obliterator down. And 3 is quite a bit here. I don't see them flashing in a 3-drop to save the Giver with the Liliana going off here. I expect a 3-drop to show up here. We might be playing Gifted Aetherborn and upticking here too. All right, we're gonna give up our Mutavault. I kind of like this play from them. Totally respect it. They want to keep that Giver around. This is their way to get us dead faster. We will not attack and we'll pass turn. Go ahead, opponent. I'm expecting this to be used, this Aether Vial. There it comes, 3-drop. It's not a Mantis Rider. It might be Reflector Mage. Deputy. Okay, get rid of Gatekeeper, perhaps? This is only a 1-3 that they're keeping. This is kind of interesting because they tuck this back here. They're going to obviously kill the Liliana here. I don't know if I particularly like what's going on here. If we draw a land, I might Gifted Aetherborn and cycle. It's a very lukewarm clock. Tax me, it's really just Liliana. That's fine with me. Need to get rid of this Giver somehow. Oh! Judge's Familiar. Oh, that's a way to get rid of Judge's Familiar. But this protection. It is more Tergrid fun. So Giver Ruins stops Liliana Last Hope right now. I think we're just putting Gifted Aetherborn in and maybe cycling. Or maybe I don't because I have the Obliterator. Let's just put Gifted Aetherborn down and pass turn. There's an argument that Thoughtseize should have been played before Liliana. Possibly. I think the same outcome ends up happening. And if we play the Thoughtseize in the way they tapped the previous turn, I think I would feel really awkward. They're going to attack with 1 in the air, put me to 8. Another Thoughtseize. It's not very good. Let's go ahead and Obliterate here and just hope they can't, like, over the top me somehow. Next turn, I'm going to Liliana uptick on the Judge's Familiar, hoping that Giver's used. Giver shouldn't be used. I'll then attack and gain 2 life back. Our life total should be okay here. Flicker Wisp is Flicker Wispy. I'm expecting 1 in to put me to 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My opponent has 6 permanents here. If we happen to top deck Arena, we're going to start having fun. Although these are all 1. Meddling Mage. That's some cool art. I haven't seen that one online. Name Fatal Push or something? Names Fatal Push. Good name. Good name. They can never attack with this. Attacks for 1 in the air. Cool. Alright, so we'll play Liliana here. Ooh. Alright, we're going to play Liliana here and attempt to get rid of the Judge's Familiar. I will then attack with the Gifted Aetherborn. I got. No! Up on Judge's Familiar. Will you protect with Giver? Do you protect this with Giver? If they don't protect, I can attack with Gifted Aetherborn here. I'm gonna pass. Okay. Not the worst place to be right now. Keeping Aether Vial at 3. We've got 2 cards. So they've got kind of an unknown card that they're not using. There's a new Giver. Okay. We might be in Cycle Town soon. A little Murderous Rider would be pretty sweet. Land for us. Let's go ahead and cycle. Meddling Mage doing work. Let's go ahead and shrink the Meddling Mage here. This is going to be super hard to get through now because of the Giver and the Giver, but we could end up top decking a Damnation at some point. They decide to give this protection, which is completely fine here, and we won't go in with our Gifted Aetherborn, obviously. I could attack with Phyrexian Obliterator and see if they want to block. I think that's just not a good idea, though. So everything's on the ground. I'll obviously block unless they decide to go pro black to get 3 damage through. If they end up doing that, then I get to swing back with some serious damage. And if they do something with some pro black, it just gets really weird. They're not going to block this because of the damage, but I'm trying to make it awkward for them to attack me. So here comes some pro-black. Protection from black. They might just send the 1 in. Yeah, they're playing this really well here. Giving it protection from black, I can't block, and if I attack, they can give protection from black as well. It may be time to use Liliana downtick to see if I can find another creature like Murderous Rider. So let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to mill 2 cards. We need to find some action here. I'm flooding out on lands. Look what we found. Look what we found. All right, so we've got a Murderous Rider here. We have a Giver of Ruins. What can we do here? When we kill something, we lose 2 life. Well, getting rid of the Meddling Mage has problems with the Giver. We have to do something here where we won't lose our Murderous Rider. I could also just play the Murderous Rider, but with the 2 protection spells, I'm a little nervous to do that. Let's attack with Gifted Aetherborn. They have lethal, yeah. Well, I'm going to attempt to get some lifelink here. What do you mean plain? It doesn't do anything. It has lifelink, and it's a blocker, and they can only protection 2 things, which would be this and this, I suppose. But, you know, I don't have to be so obvious of how bad I can play Magic sometimes. Shh, shh. We're trying to encourage people to come here and watch us. I like this attack here because this gains us the 2. And then if they go crazy here, I hopefully can then Murderous Rider here and Fatal Fatal. They know Murderous Rider's currently in hand. Yes, yes. Yes, Casey. We're not going to worry about these. Also, it's really cool to have a bunch of Edict effects, because Edict effects play a little bit better around, say, Giver. This is our attack, though. In for 2. If they give this protection, we open up Murderous and start firing at things. Okay, so here, a Gatekeeper's under here. So this is going to have the protection. I think I can go ahead and Murderous Rider. Meddling Mage. I go to 2. And then before everything happens here, I can Fatal Push, and hope the last card's not a 3-drop. I think I've just got to do this anyway and see if they have a Flicker Wisp or something. If they don't, I get to Fatal Push some Givers here and have an Obliterator as backup defense. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to push both Givers here. They'll have a Mutavault. They'll have this. I'll be at 2. That resolved. Okay. I need whatever's in their hand to not be a 3-drop. We'll go to end step, and I'm going to Fatal Push Giver 1, and I'll Fatal Push Giver 2. We're really hoping no creature here. No path. No creature, no path. Okay. Don't draw. Don't draw path. Don't draw path, person. I don't want this Mutavault to give me a hug. I'm not in the mood today. No hug from Mutavault, please. They have 2 cards. I'd love to be able to play Murderous Rider, maybe uptick on something. What do you have? You're scaring me. You're scaring me, opponent. The vampire. Epic slow roll. They could have a few other things for this. Oh, they went to combat. Oh, they went to combat. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we're alive. Oh, I drew a damnation. Dang it. Five, six, seven. Wonder if I'm just supposed to attack with both here and then play like Murder Strider after. That's probably too dangerous. I think it's just going to be gifted, maybe uptick with Liliana. Not entirely sure what I'm going to uptick on, and then just uptick and play the Rider here. Gaining a little bit of life here. I guess we can make the Deputy not a problem going forward. Go ahead, opponent. So what, negative 1, 2. Now we're in the awkward spot of not knowing what to do. Obviously, I should play 2 Thoughtseize. What do they have? What are they holding? What are they gonna get me with? They must have drawn blanks. But what blanks would they be holding on to here? Maybe they're 3 colors. Oh, maybe they have Spell Stutter Sprite. Maybe they just concede. Oh my gosh. Peatland would be cycled into, oh, and I just lantern them? I don't know. Oh no, Obliterator. That worked. 2-0. 1-0 in matches. We got a win. We got a win, and Liliana Downtick was the out to go get Murder Strider, and it all happened. We've played incredible Magic tonight. Everyone, have a good Friday. I'll see you next time. We're done. We're done. What's up, Uncle DB? I see you there. We did it. We navigated the Meddling Mage, naming Fatal Push, hit the Murderous Rider, the 2 of. Obliterator's so good. Obliterator's fun. Obliterator's fun, especially when you're sporting this card over here. Oh yeah, now they get to choose. They get to choose how they die, but you know. Keeping the 1-4 dream alive. You bet we are. Calcium, thank you for the 100 bits. Victory Screech. Zanman's our opponent. It's currently 3-1. We're 1-0. Rat Jam. What's up, Sam? Salmon Graham. Hey, buddy. Hey. Good luck. You too. All right. Pair of Lilianas. We've got our Nykthos here. And we got the God of Fright. Let's keep this junk hand. Wait, there's no white here. Dang it. Flooded Strand, leading card. Uh-oh. That could be a problem for us. Go ahead, opponent. I get biddies for every victory? Well, I'm glad I got my 100 biddies. That's all we're getting. Spoilers. 1-4 stream. Right here. Flooded Strand for my opponent fetching. Probably going to get a Triome. This is when they usually do these Triome things. This was the last card I wanted to draw, although ironically it's kind of nice with the Nykthos. Sultai land for my opponent. We're basically Sultai too. Basically. Misty Rainforest. Is this person playing the last hurrah of Uro? The last hurrah of Uro? Could be. That could be an Omnath. Blue, black. Valky. Dang. It's a pretty good Valky. That's a pretty good Valky. I guess the correct fetch there is an overgrown tomb, not the snow-covered swamp. We don't have snow synergies, and I don't want to have a land that comes into play and shocks me later. All right, little gifted Aetherborns, right on time. Little 2-3 beats the 2-1. Who cares about that, Tybalt? Let's see if they cascade here. They might be playing the blue version of the cascade, which at this point I might be in trouble. Probably play Nykthos and Liliana next. Yep. All right, we're cascading into Valky here and getting Tybalt. Not a whole lot I can do right now. We'll see what they end up starting to exile. They just take my gifted Aetherborn, decide attacking me for 2 is where they want to go. This is kind of an interesting card. Let's go ahead and see if I can resolve a Liliana. I have a feeling they have a counter. When do I think they'll change the cascade ruling? They might announce it on Monday, but they might then say it will take so long to implement online. It shouldn't take that long because the cascade should just check the front side of this, but it may take them a little bit. But I fully expect that rules change to happen. Yeah, I think it's all going to be announced on Monday. All right, I'm going to make them sacrifice this. I know I have the Triumph here. I have a feeling they might have another Valky or something, and then I can Liliana Triumph them back here. I don't mind having this as well. Maybe I can put it on the artifact side and just have it eaten by Tybalt, you know, our favorite thing to do. Overgrown Tomb and an Uro has been found. So my opponent's playing all the cards that are going to get banned and changed, in my opinion. There's Uro. Luckily we have this for that later. There's nothing wrong with Cascade. There's something wrong with dual face cards. Would agree, Derek. I think Cascade's still very strong. I still think it's very strong, but I would somewhat agree with you there. Okay. We'll look at that list a little bit later in the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this just makes 5. Ironically, I've given them a green source. They have blue, blue. They just need one of the others. I don't know what they... Oh, they exiled Uro. All right, let's go up here. I'm going to get rid of the Fatal Push. I think I like the idea of the second Lily. I'm going to actually put the Lantern side down. I know it can be taken by Tybalt, but that's okay with me. If they don't take it with Tybalt, we're going to be working our way to Tormenting Hailfire. That's just better. We'll activate this as well, making them discard and pass the turn. Now, the idea with the whole green devotion or the black devotion version is I could theoretically untap this a couple times if we get enough things out. I did the math where I figured it out that I should, on average, when I play Arena on turn 5, be able to play Tergrid plus, use it and make them sacrifice with an Obliterator out previous turn. Verdant Catacombs and a Breeding Pool. Verdant Catacombs taken from us, that fetches cards. They'll have Uro as an option here. We can then try Liliana's Triumph. We can play a Liliana, or we can Edict with this Liliana. Trying to battle this Tybalt. It's not going so well for us. Keeping in mind that the Edict effect might have to happen with the Triumph here because my opponent is more than likely going to get a zombie now. Soul Shatter's an interesting one. Opponent plays a Gemstone, Caverns ends up getting that zombie that we talked about. And plays my gifted Aetherborn. Well, let's go ahead and use Lantern first. Triumph, Triumph, Downtick. They get rid of Ardent Plea. We'll do Triumph here. We'll see if they have a counter. Zombie's probably going to go away. But they do discard because I have the Liliana as well. This would be better if it was on the Tergrid side, but that would probably be taken by the Tybalt, just as an FYI. Triumph number 2 here. Make them sacrifice. Gifted. And discard. And I will then make them sacrifice Uro. Do we like that turn? Upticks here. They end up getting a Thoughtseize from us and a Triumph from them. They have a cycle on their side and they have a Thoughtseize to take our cards. They know both cards if they've been paying attention. It was a solid turn, but it wasn't a great turn. Opponent plays a Teferi, can bounce the Lantern here and then steal the Lantern. How rude. Liliana's Triumph is an underrated card. I think so, especially if you get the double synergies with Liliana. Raven's Crime plus an Edict effect is decent. Keep in mind, this is our Thoughtseize. They end up taking our Torment of Hailfire. Plays a Triome. Ironically, I can't play the front side of this, or the back side, really, because of this Tybalt. Maybe we just try to play the front side. I don't know. Play the front side, just watch it get exiled? Sure. I think if we watch this get exiled here, we might just pack up the bags, move on to game number 2. But yeah, my opponent's playing the cards that are going to probably the most be most impacted on Monday. Uro's ban. There goes the graveyards. Yeah, at this point, I think we're just done. They can Liliana Edict me, they can Torment of Hailfire me, they can Gifted Aetherborn, they can Triumph me, they can play a Nykthos. Agreed, Calcium. Now my opponent did sacrifice here, and this is really much appreciated, helping me ramp a little bit. Now that they've realized this happened, they are going to immediately get rid of this card. We got ramped slightly. There's Field of the Dead, doing Field of the Dead things. I think Tybalt agreed. On the backside there is completely fine as a card. The problem is it's showing up on turn 2 or turn 3. That'd be like me taking Chandra Awakened Inferno and playing it on turn 2 without like 4 ritual effects in my hand. Alright, here comes the Torment of Hailfire. Torment of Hailfire for 10. I'm actually going to go ahead and lose to my own Torment of Hailfire. Imagine losing to our card. Alright. This is the matchup for the Assassins, the Pithy Needles, potentially the Veils. This is also the Liliana Last Hope matchup. Torment of Hailfire can come out here. Fatal Pushes come out. I do want to keep the Blood Chiefs because it could kill Tybalt technically. Murderous Rider was put in for this exact matchup as well. Triumph is questionable here. And I think I want to take out something like Tergrid or something at the top end here. Maybe just one of Tergrid and bring in all 7 of these. That's what I'm thinking. Let's pause and think. Some people thinking that Cascade list is so strong and Simian Spirit Guide should be banned. Simian Spirit Guide just fits into the Cascade because you're cascading at 3 and Simian Spirit Guide happened to be at 3, right? So you see that. And then people are like, well, this is busted. It's happening on turn 2. It'd be busted. It would be happening on turn 3 as well, right? I would think it would happen on either turn. So I think... Yeah. Simian Spirit Guide is probably safe. Let's play first. Alright, so we have Inquisition, Gifted, and then Phyrexian Obliterator. That's okay. I guess we'll keep. My opponent could force a negation the Inquisition. We're looking to just steal a Cascade spell, but if they have 2 of them, we're just in trouble. I'll fetch Shock here so that we can get a Overgrown Tomb for our future cards, considering I do have a Peat land here as well. Alright, so we have the Cascade spell, we have Uro, and we have Teferi. The super hilarious thing about this entire hand here is I am obligated to take the Violent Outburst because I will lose when Tibalt shows up. So I have no choice. Uro is awful for us in the future, and Teferi is pretty bad too, but I don't have a choice. I must take the Outburst. Lands are free mana. Stickball says you can see a Simian Spirit Guide ban. Well, then you can see more than I can. Gifted Aetherborn pass the turn. Now we do get to start attacking and get a Liliana down, and then I get an Obliterator down, hoping that the Teferi bounces maybe Gifted Aetherborn. Things could happen here. Assassin's Trophy is actually an excellent pickup here. Allows me to get rid of some pesky things. I wonder if I do uptick with Liliana. That Assassin's Trophy is pretty good. I'm gonna go no. I'm gonna play it, but I'm not gonna go no because I don't even want them to put an Uro into the yard here. Another Triome. Where's our Blood Moons? Wrong list. Opal Band surprised a lot of people. I will be happy to work on Prison to fix and get Simian Spirit Guide list, Simian Spirit Guide lists out there. Ardent Plea, I'm glad we didn't uptick. Oh, shoot. What do we have here? Now all this is in my way. Get out of here. I want to know what's in their hand, which happens to be all this. All right, Tybalt's showing up. They do... So I've made this mistake. They get to exile with Tybalt, and I was like, bam, killed Tybalt. If they just get an Ardent Plea or a Violent Outburst off this, it just doesn't do anything. Oh, they kill this. Oh. Well then. Easy mode. I'm going to uptick first to do Liliana out, put Peatland into play, and then Assassin's Trophy. We know 4 of the cards. There goes Uro. We're just gonna hope that they don't have... Nice, they were F6'd. All right, we killed Tybalt. Victories. Lattice ban was probably reasonable, even though Red Prism was seeing value in the Lattice with a Karn. Unfortunately, other lists were doing things a little bit more broken. All right, we give the turn back to our opponent. They have Teferi, Hallowed Fountain, Field of the Dead, working themselves to a Field of the Dead, but that could be awkward with the Phyrexian Obliterator. Keeping in mind that the Teferi makes the Obliterator a little awkward too, that it's just going to be sitting there and then getting bounced. Hallowed Fountain's finally played for my opponent. Teferi and Field plus some unknown cards. They shock this in too. This is 5 mana. This could be all kinds of things. Gifted Aetherborn. Okay. And Uro. Cool. All right. Oh, who saw what instantly? Cody Hype. Cody Hope. With the hype? What's up, Cody? How's it going? You need to catch one of your streams. They're good streams. Let's see here. We have Teferi and not Field of the Dead. I'm just going to get rid of... Because they're going to just bounce. Let's just get rid of my Gifted Aetherborn here and slam down a Phyrexian Obliterator. The other option here is to uptick Lily uptick. I don't think I like that. I like doing this and saying, go ahead and play your Teferi, bounce this. And then you can't play Uro here because you'll need blue or white, blue and colorless, and then you'll have the others. So they're choosing between Teferi or getting Uro here. Jund version without Simian Spirit Guy is pretty bad. Depends on what the meta's doing. I wouldn't claim anything to be bad. All right, there's a field token. These both have Summoning Sickness. Poor little guys. Teferi to bounce Ardent Plea is also an option, because then they could Ardent Plea. Here we go. Oh, why didn't you? Wait, they have another card that they could cascade into? What? All right, so legit question here. Why don't you bounce Teferi, Ardent Plea, replay Ardent Plea, cascade into potentially Tibalt? But apparently they're playing another card here. This is the flip side though. So yeah, so why don't you bounce here and then use that to kill Obliterator? Yeah, I just realized they played the backside of it. I was like, whoa, hold up. This is the backside. I could empty their hand here. They get Uro. I don't know. It's flying. I guess I'll uptick here for starters, and then I'll Phyrexian Obliterator. They just saw a different line of play. See, they could have done that, and then they would have a Obliterator not coming down. I don't want to tell them that, but I kind of want to because Zandman's cool. Will the predicted rules change? Preserve Living End. I believe so, because Living End is a cost of 0. Right? There's Obliterator. Liliana up to 3. It would be really cool to have the artifact lands unbanned. 3 mana here. Do we have another Ardent Plea or another Teferi? We uptick with this Teferi, and we're just going to Ardent Plea. New Teferi. All right, this is the reason they did this line. Now they should bounce this. All right. I really, really want to tell them just to bounce the Ardent Plea. But, you know. All right, Liliana's dead here. We have 1 card in my opponent's hand. My opponent can also play Uro here if they would like to draw another one. They get the Scry 2, or what does this do? Return to the owner hand, then Scry 2. Nifty. You want your Uro, Field, Mystic, and Trickery? I don't think Trickery needs to go yet, but it probably would be fine for them to say in the announcement that they are watching it closely. Now they replay the big side. Card in your hand, foretold, card out at the beginning. Now I have a Veil. I'm gonna play Obliterator one more time, but I think this game's just disappearing really rapidly here. We're down a game. If it looks like they're gonna end us, I do want to ask Zaman just in chat really quick, why not bounce Ardent Plea with Teferi, get Tibalt, and then get rid of the Obliterator, other than they're just playing a tempo line here. We're casting Uro from Yard here based on how mana's being tapped here. Trickery is potentially more consistent, but I don't think it's... I think in the right shell, it's obviously going to be problematic. They're maybe a better way to say this is, of those cards you're naming, I think Trickery is the least problematic, not saying it deserves to still be played. How far gone is this game? I need a damnation that I didn't bring in. Can they attack me for 4? Give it a bear hug. It has a grave troll problem. That's a good comparison. All right, we have a murderous rider here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. So we have 20 here. I could Veil and then Lily or Murderous Rider. Maybe I Murderous Rider to Fairy. I take 3 to do that. Puts me to 11. I block here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm just like dead 1,000 ways here. All right. I need to know. We'll wait for the response here. We're currently dead on board. I don't have a way to get out of this as long as they play correctly, and Zanman's a pretty smart player. So I'm going to ask them about the Teferi bounce to see if they have any ideas of why they did that, just for our knowledge, and then we'll concede. I'll just be like, no, man. While we're getting a response there, or at least waiting a minute or so, because people type at different speeds. So a lot of conversations about trickery. Trickery is a little more glass engine, which is probably why I'm a little bit more okay with it. I think with the removal of Uro from the control mid-range list, they just want me to keep playing it. They're just playing it as a tempo play. I mean, I think they just go Tybalt and we lose, but I think, so back to Trickery. Trickery is glass engine, and I think the removal of Uro would separate mid-range and control, and I think control would be prominent enough in the meta to counter Trickery lists, making them too fragile to play in a more balanced meta than when the meta is a little bit skewed towards lists that don't necessarily always have the counters in them like a traditional counterspell list would have. Based on how we've played against Trickery, that is my conclusion, and I've played against it maybe like 5 times. 5 matches against anything is not enough to make a conclusion that is definitive or data-based. In my opinion, well, I used to be much higher, but I'll go with at least 25 to 40 matches maybe. I used to play 100 before making a recommendation. We've since fixed that. I think it would be nice. My biggest gripe with Field of the Dead is it doesn't give the opponent, so if you're playing it, it doesn't give the opposite person from the field a chance to breathe when you miss a spell, which I think is a safe way to look at it. All right, opponent's Packers fan. We have a single swamp here, and we got 4 drop and a bunch of 3s. We are on the draw. My opponent does mulligan here once. Let's go risky here and let's keep. I've got 2 draws to find a land. I know we're not going to be playing too much, but because my opponent's mulligan and I have 2 discard spells, I feel safer than I really should. Don't do this at home. No one-landers in Red Prison. This isn't Red Prison. And I'll tell you right now, I can play an 18-land mono blacklist. I always draw the lands. Don't ask why. Oh, okay. Violent Outburst. Go ahead, opponent. Look at that. They don't even respect Blood Moon. They've got a white bordered Blood Moon. This is the disrespect that Blood Moon gets. Please take Blood Moon seriously. Get your black borders. Black Leap. I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Thoughtseize. Take the pulse here because I've got Lilianas and Rankles. We're getting this done. The dark ones are the sweet. Well, they're on par with the most recent printing. Verdant Catacombs for my opponent. They've got Blood Moon. They're just like, nope. Play Liliana. I'm going to uptick. I'm going to get rid of Plaguecraft. Actually, Plaguecrafter could be nice. Because that would make them sacrifice Tybalt of Greatness. Let's get rid of a Liliana. I was thinking, oh, I'll play Liliana uptick and uptick here, but this seems good. I like this. Is it weird to say that Torment have Hailfire would probably be my next thing to pitch here? That's the correct Blood Moon, 9th edition white bordered. Uptick. I'll get rid of a Blood Chiefs here. And I guess I'll just pass the turn. Because Torment of Hailfire doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. I gave them swamps. I'm such a nice guy. Stomps. Stomps us. Dun dun dun. Da 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 da. Worth it for greatness. I'm just gonna play Bone Crusher Giant down. Nice. And plays the land. Love it. Love it. Gets rid of the gemstone. Legend rule. Just make them sacrifice here. I'll probably just consider go ahead and put... You know what? I'm just going to pass the turn. I have instant speed removal for Tybalt. I've got Plaguecrafter for Tybalt. I've got Rankle that can smack Tybalt. I've got Liliana doing the uptick things. I'm happy where we're at. I'm really happy now. Rankle. Pew 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 pew. Watch this. We're gonna lose. Put this trigger on the stack. Each player loses one and draws a card, and then I'm gonna use Liliana here. Bam. Verdant Catacombs, goodbye. Oh, I'm so lucky they were F6'd. Oh my gosh, we could have gotten killed. Swing. Let's make them discard this time. We're gonna get rid of Plaguecrafter now. We're going to nick those for... Hold on. We can nick those and do this for Obliterator. I'm not going to worry about Liliana. We're going to pass turn. And then we're going to Hailfire them for 1 billion. Hailfire them for 1 billion. You ready, everyone? This is how we're winning. Go ahead, Tybalt me. Yeah, that's right. Tybalt me. What are you going to do? Get rid of Obliterator? That's unbelievable. That's so rude. Four, 5, 6. Swift End Tybalt. Pew pew. Play Murders. Swing in. Pass turn. No activations here. Yeah, we killed Tybalt. Tybalt's dead. Put this, done. Not interested in any of that. Alright, now we're gonna Hailfire them. I wanted to do it off the Phyrexian Obliterator, but you know, sometimes they just get Tybalt and they're rude like that. I had the win. I probably did. We're not gonna worry about it. We're not gonna worry about it. Maybe. Assassins, Pithy Needle for this one. Lily Last Hope. Need to see this Torment before bed. See Quiet? We were waiting. We're trying to basically keep Odysseus here as long as physically possible. No Veil. My opponent... I mean, I guess the Veil and they Tybalt, and if they target something, I could Veil them. I mean, these Fatal Pushes aren't very good. I'm gonna start here. Hold on. Let's find out how much I can take out here. Sacrificing creatures isn't the greatest, but discarding's okay. Like, this is an easy 4 out, 4 in. Let's think about the Veils. Let me take a Gatekeeper out and we'll try we'll try a Veil. I think I want to take one Thoughtseize out and do a Veil as well. Actually, let's bring the Thoughtseize back in. Let's take one of our Gods of Frights out. You know what? Actually, let's take an Obliterator out. I know Obliterator's kind of high on everyone's list, but without something else, it's just going to be a problem. Of course, I have the Arena now. All right, we're going to mulligan this hand mainly because, one, I know what my opponent's doing. 2, I have an Arena in hand, which I don't really want to be dealing with. And 3, because we have 2 lands. Why would you keep 2 lands? Mulligan. This is much better. We'll keep this. I will keep for the Thoughtseize, Plague Crafter. I'm going to get rid of the Triumph. I'm going to hold Assassin's Trophy. Even though it's not castable right now, it is a way to get rid of Tybalt's. That's the scariest thing. Can't keep the 2-lander, exactly. Why would anyone keep a 2-lander? It's ridiculous. All right, there's a Nykthos. Make our way to that eventually. What do we have here? We have Bloodbraid Elf, Pulse, Valky. I guess I just take Bloodbraid here. Valky's kind of like annoying, but not. We'll take that. They'll play Valky. We'll lose Playcrafter. We'll work our way to Liliana. Liliana will get Maelstrom Pulse, and then we'll be playing Magic from there. Goodbye, Playcrafter. Uncommon Plaguecrafter, getting it done. Just like it should be. We'll play Swamp unless I see a Fetchland or Overgrown Tomb here. What is kind of interesting is they can play Simian Spirit Guide next to protect this from Liliana downtick. Which is what they should do, but they might hold this for who knows what reason. Sometimes people hold Simian Spirit Guide because they just like Mana Monkey. I understand. We're fans of Mana Monkey. See? I don't understand this. I don't understand this at all. Slam Simian Spirit Guide. Why did you make this a Plaguecrafter? I don't understand. Can someone explain this mentality to me, that they don't respect playing Monkey? I don't get it. I don't get it. People don't play the Monkey. How many times do we slam this and go Monkey Power? Opponent forgets to use Gemstone before playing Gemstone. Sorry about that Bloodbraid Elf in hand. You should just Maelstrom Pulse now. Cool. All right. Plaguecrafter's not great if they do a Bloodbraid Elf to spin this off. Just something to be aware of. I'm going to play Nykthos over Urborg here. I don't want to give them a second black. I don't think it's going to matter here, but I just want to be cautious. That extra point's going to be real good. All right. Dang it. Now I have to click all these cards. I just want to keep these top two. Hold on, Tybalt. Hold on, Tybalt. You're not allowed to be played yet. I'm fixing... Here, we'll do it on this side. Fixing my tracker here. I really wish Cascade would go somewhere else. All right, look at that. It's all fixed. Tybalt's Tybalting things. They're going to uptick. They're going to get basically a draw 2. Let's see what they hit. Demonic Dread and Peatland. Plays the Peatland from me, which is our green source. Okay. Let's play Urborg. Let's Inquisition. See what else they've got here. Wait, where'd Pulse go? Oh yeah, they use Pulse. Well, Simian Spirit Guides. We'll use Plaguecrafter here. Plaguecrafter, we sacrifice here. They sacrifice Tybalt. Yeah, they killed my Lily. See, the spewing of cards confused us. Anyway, Demonic Dread can't be cast just yet because there's no creatures out there, but they have a reserved Tybalt for the future. Reserved. Apparently they had 2 monkeys. Really, they should already have a monkey on play on the board. And if they had the monkey on the board, by the way, Plaguecrafter wouldn't have been very good. Something to keep in mind as we go. They're going to play monkey and finally respect it. Play that monkey and respect it. All right. Valky here. Demonic Dread's coming next turn. I'd like to find green mana here, if possible. So really what they should have done is Urborg, use this, play Valky, play this, Gemstone Caverns. But, what are we? Oh, they're going to use this to Demonic Dread. Never mind. Opponent's got the better line. Opponent is the genius. Never mind. They're good. They're good. They got us. Oh, it was the next card. All right, can I have green mana? Not the top card, but the next card down. Arena and Seasoned Pyromancer. That'll work. Get out of here, Tybalt. Stop it. All right, we need a little more green, apparently, in the list. We stopped Tybalt. And they have a Seasoned Pyromancer they can't use, and they've got My Arena. They have My Arena. Mine. Just use that Peatland, opponent. You may play cards exiled with Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any. This was, okay, we're good. Just trying to keep track of everything. Trying to keep track of, oh my gosh. Can they sack Peatland for me now? Do I want to play this out like this? Yes, yes, yes. All right. Now we need some edict effects. And if they ever lose Seasoned Pyromancer, we get it. We get it back. Not that I want to get rid of these 2 cards. This is awkward. All right, sack that Peatland. Come on, you want to. Give me the Peatland on my side. You know you want to. They're reading this card. They're like, oh my gosh, you got a creature. I did. I did. Land played. We're gonna fight? Let's fight. Let's fight. Oh, dang it. That's a really good top deck. Maelstrom Pulses on Pithing Needle, opening up Tybalt. Tybalt on our God of Fright, and we get hit for 5. Now we're in trouble. Needing green mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can exile anything off the top. I don't have enough removal spells. You got us. You got us, opponent. Going to game 3. There's our green mana. All right. Well, they have enough Maelstrom Pulses that the Veil of Summer is looking more and more interesting. My opponent does have some creatures that I would have to kill. Let's bring this Blood Chief's Thirst back in. Liliana of the Veil seems good. Last Hope does not. I think I can get rid of a Triumph here and keep like a Gatekeeper just to have something to get rid of some of the creatures that we were running into. Do we think Hailfire is going to make any sense, or do I want to bring something else in? Maybe I bring in another Obliterator. This Hailfire probably can go. I mean, unless we get the Nykthos, Phyrexian Obliterator, Torment Hailfire plan. You know what? Let's try to hit that. And I think I'm pretty okay with everything here. Ay. It was a good battle, though, considering the position that we are in. Let's keep Overgrown Tomb, Pithy Needle, go. Torment of Hailfire is in hand. And then we have Veil to protect the Pithy Needle from a Pulse. I don't want this in hand. There's nothing in their deck on turn 1 that I care about. Cosmic Tibalt, let's go. Let's see if we can protect the Pithy Needle. The game is protect Pithy Needle and wear my opponent out. Let's do it. Let's do it. I think I need 1 or 2 more fetch lands based on what I've been seeing. Wooded Foothills for my opponent gives us the turn back. There's an Obliterator. The Obliterator will probably have to be played a turn later because I'm trying to protect Needle. So this is a 5-drop now. A little stomping ground for my opponent. Now they could just jam out Valky here, steal Obliterator. Thing they can do. The Verdant Catacombs. Okay. We're on curve. Plenty of lands. We found them all. We found them all. Verdant Catacombs cracked for our opponent, going to get a basic forest. I could think of one thing that would be a problem here. But I can't imagine they've kept their Blood Moons in play. I would be shocked. We play so many basic swamps. All right, there's a Seasoned Pyromancer. That's fine. Ditches Cliffs and Swamp. We will pass the turn again. I cannot play Obliterator because I am playing Protect the Needle. Pulse is a worry for us. Blast Zone is exceptionally painful. Exceptionally painful. Maybe they'll try to pulse it first. Demonic Dreads. Has a Valky. They can put the Tibalt side down. I can play Obliterator. I'm going to play Obliterator and hope they downtick with Tibalt to kill it after getting rid of Needle. We're going to play to protect Obliterator now. Ah, shoot. Alright, Obliterator. Pass turn. Come on, Veil. Be the best Veil you've ever been. We won't get a draw out of this, but we're hoping to burn them on the mana for this turn and then do this. This can be a Hailfire for 4. It would if he pulses, but I'm expecting Blast Zone here. This is why I'm assuming that we'll have nothing here. The Blast Zone, the Pithy Needle here, and then I will Veil to protect. Because I can Hexproof this when they down. Abram, you're welcome for all the content. Welcome back. Thank you for that sub. Okay. Need them to burn Tybalt here. Oh, why didn't you go down there? Finds a Liliana the Veil and Averting Catacombs. Why didn't you go down with Tybalt? Is it really worth it to go up there? Dang, did I just got? So I could Plaguecrafter and Inquisition here. They have a Liliana coming up from me. Thanks. Let's start with an Inquisition here. Oh my gosh, they have 1,000 things that ruin me. This hand is gas. This hand is just gas. I guess I take the Outburst here. And then I know they have a Liliana coming and a Pulse. Maybe I can just start punching them with Obliterator. Do I have to attack the Tybalt? I'm gonna take the Outburst. We're going to, with the Obliterator, I think I want to attack them and see if they'll block with Seasoned Pyromancer. I assume they know how Seasoned Pyromancer and Obliterator will interact. We will now play 1, 2, and then 1, 2, no. We'll play Plaguecrafter next. We're gonna sacrifice Plaguecrafter. They'll sacrifice probably Seasoned Pyromancer. And we will pass turn holding Veil. Averting Catacombs. I don't know if we're getting out of this, but I think attacking them is the best line here because we have this Torment of Hailfire. And if we can work it with the Liliana, maybe down ticking, I'd be pretty happy. Not like crazy ecstatic though. I need them to somehow take 2 more damage. Can you take 2 more for me? They get 1 spell this turn. Everything's 3 mana for them. Goes up with Tybalt. Simeon and a Phyrexian Obliterator of their own now. That's not good. I see. Foil MTG. Hello, Mom. I'm on TV. Well then, now what do you play? Casey, thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub to Foil MTG, and welcome. Welcome. All right, opponent, what are we doing with your Obliterator here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they'd have just Tybalt. Maelstrom Pulses. Let's Veil in response. They've already used this Tybalt. We have a Thoughtseize. This is hexproof now. Okay. Follow-up is a Valky. Fine by us. Nothing to take. Maelstrom was burned. 2K commands Obliterator. They've got Liliana on our side. top deck that Nykthos. It gives me 1 extra mana. Alright, so an Overgrown Tomb's been found here. I will attack them. And I think with a big enough Torment of Hailfire, I think we're good here. So they go to 7. Is there any reason to Thoughtseize then Torment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be a Torment for 4. 1 card here, 1, 1, and then take damage. I make it 5 because this is an additional 3. It's just going to discard it anyway. Humorous, what's up? I'm just doing the math here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This makes them sacrifice a non-land permanent discard. So 1, 2, 1 discard. So they can do K command, 1 here. That's 3. And then take and go to 1. And if they take and go to 1, then we're stuck there. If I Thoughtseize first, and then I go for 3, it's the same thing. Valky, discard, take 6, and has Tibalt. So I guess I Torment Hailfire and see how much they want to put into this. And just see if we can rip something crazy off the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Discards K command, kills Valky, and then takes 6, goes to 1. Packers fan. And then they have Tibalt. Oh, they got rid of Tibalt. Okay. Okay, so they got rid of Tibalt. They have a Liliana and a Phyrexian Obliterator, and they're sitting at 4. I'll take it. Plays a Liliana. Down tick on our Obliterator, I assume. Yep. Okay. We're in top deck mode. All right. Little Gifted Aetherborn here. I'll see what this card is. Oh, Demonic Dread. Should have done Thoughtseize first. All right. So we have a Gifted Aetherborn. This would kill the Phyrexian Obliterator. It's interesting. So they're going to play my Obliterator and uptick. We do 2 here. There's the Nykthos, a little late. We'll attack 2 to them. They'll block with Obliterator. I'll sacrifice 2 swamps here. I don't have another Torment of Hailfire. This is a fine trade. It's not much better for us anyway. Play Nykthos down past turn. How do I get this last 4 here? This is where I would like a Gary. Oh, Seasoned Pyromancer's such a good draw for them. Picks up 2 brand new cards. Abram, thank you for the 200 bits. You people are so generous. Oh my gosh. Seasoned Pyromancer into Simian Spirit Guide and Demonic Dread, if you were paying attention there. Opponent's cascades into Tibalt here, and we're playing against Tibalt again. What just happened? They get a Liliana of the Veil and a Gemstone on their side. All right, Castle Lochthwain's interesting. Let's go ahead and use this immediately. And Gifted Aetherborn's not a bad draw. All right. Tibalt does Tibalt things. Seasoned Pyromancer had to get into exactly Simian Spirit Guide and a Demonic Dread or the other Cascade card to get that Tibalt there. I just got, unfortunately, the wrong end of the stick here. Well, you can make an argument it's Valky being asked to be banned. There's a blast zone for my opponent. Good protection for them. I feel like we've played this as well as we can, and considering we are some probably tier 7 list here, we're doing pretty well against the menace of the format. Keep that in mind. If your list is focused enough, you can take on anything. Land. Let's play that. Let's go ahead and use our... Let's use it this way, so I have 4 in case I get an Obliterator. All right, there's a Liliana of our own. We'll use this in uptick. Pass turn. It's not great, but hey, got something going. They get rid of a Bloodstained Mire. They have a Thoughtseize in our Liliana still. I'm gonna uptick Blast Zone to 3 here. If they do that, they get these. Ah, there was a Seasoned Pyromancer in the yard there. Well, down ticking wouldn't have done much. Glad we upticked. So we do have an out. We have, well, we have to hit running outs. We have to hit Tergrid twice and do the, well, now it won't matter. Tybalt's been exiled. But if we would have hit Tergrid twice while they had no cards in hand, we could make them discard the cards and do the 3 damage. So we do have the reach in the list. It's just a little bit shorter. You think the Force of Negation variation is broken? I could see that, MTG Tavern. I think this is twice we've now died to this. I think that's twice we've died to our own Torment of Hailfire. All right, we're 1 and 2. Can't quite beat Tybalt with our tier 7 list. I lost to a Packers fan. I lost to a Tybalt. Actually, I fell on my own sword. "3-0 in your heart? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. How does one start a hype train? I believe 3 actions have to happen, like a sub, a gifted, and a cheer of 100 bits or more, and they have to happen in a succession within like 5 minutes of each other. A tier 0 for fun. Well, thank you for that. Thoughts on Obliterator in the meta? Am I trying to build a deck around it? I think it's just going to get super outclassed most of the time. But if your heart is set on it, I say go forth. Maybe try the fighting version where you play a little more green. You're like rock, and you have things that can fight the Obliterator. That might be a better approach. We're trying to do more sacrifices because we have Tergrid in here. Tergrid. However you say this. Someone's going to tell me how to say this correctly one day. I'm just guessing. Is this the anti-boggles list? Yes, it very much could be the anti-boggles list. Very much so. You respect that I try to play leagues?
Tergrid to the rocket, rocket, rocket.
The rocket, rocket, rocket. I don't see why you would not play leagues. If you enjoy Magic and enjoy the game itself, I don't see a reason to pause. Tergrid? Is that how you say it? Tergrid. All right, we're playing against Vexing Devil here. We're gonna keep this. We actually are really well suited here, unless my opponent's got Blood Moon. And even then, we're pretty okay. All right, let's go, opponent. Mulls to 6. Let's see what they're doing. Snow Covered Swamp, and pass the turn. It's a good little hand here. A little bit of devotion here, ways to deal with creatures. I like it. I like it. Windswept Heath for our opponent. Finding a Triome. Right on curve. This is actually looking like a potentially super busted hand here for us. Because if we get, what is it, Tergrid? We could really do some crazy things. Let's lead with Liliana. Last God, thanks for the sub. The Prime Gaming one, too. Do they have a counter? Ooh. We have a counter. All right. Fair enough. Thank you so much, Last God. I wonder why it calls it Prime Gaming versus not. Tails and main board. Someone's ready for these cascade lists. Dun, dun, dun. That's okay, we're gonna obliterate them. By the way, they didn't have to fetch. Isn't that cool? We helped them out. We're such a cool person. Steam Ben's fetched off the wooded foothills. We have a triome here of teamer variety as well. Opponents getting their last kicks in of Uro, it seems. They put this in sideways. It's a little odd to fetch. Put it in sideways. But okay. Seems good. Valakut. All right, well, there's not much else to do than just Obliterator. Go ahead, opponent. I hope they have bolts, and that's their way of blowing up things. Double bolt this, I dare you. Flagstone. Never mind, don't double bolt it. You'll get a land. That's too much value. Plaguecrafter's here to edict away a Planeswalker if they do play one. We're in territory of potentially using Nykthos with a gigantic Torment of Hailfire. Potentially. Don't path this. Yeah, do that. What is this? Whoa. Okay. Notice my surprise. I will attack you for 5. I will, there's a hype train. There you go, he kicked it off. Got it. Yeah, see, Last God sub, your bits, and Calico's bits probably triggered it. There you go. Thanks, Abram, for kicking that off. I think I just want to put a Gatekeeper down here and pass turn. Just to help with our devotion. I'm not going to quite Hailfire. I'm hoping that they like... Maybe I can Murder Strider a Planeswalker or something. Choo-choo. All aboard. There's a Blood Sun. Dang. Poor Nykthos. Poor Nykthos. We don't get as much value out of it now. Oh my gosh, Abram. Calm down. There's a Felidar cat. They're going to create a token here. Someone's just excited. I'm going to attempt to Murderous Rider this. It looks like I can actually still use this. What's this read? All lands lose all abilities except mana. Oh, this is still a mana ability. We're good. Heebie-jeebies. Thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you, thank you. All right, we're gonna attempt to attack here for 7. Let's start there, see if they have some sort of cryptic shenanigans. And then I'll just put Aetherborn out and Torment. Oh my gosh. Calico, thank you for the 100 bits.
All for the Tergrid.
The Tergrid? I think the bot said it better than I do. I'm gonna snap this off. Oh my gosh. Last God, 100 bits.
Might as well get an emote.
An emote. I'm doing this the full value. Torment of Hailfire for 6. Do you have a counter? Extra biddies. Bit crushed it. Oh my gosh, what hype level are you trying to get to? Opponent concedes to the Torment Hellfire. Odysseus, you can go to bed. We did it. We did it. Blood Sun doesn't stop Nykthos because it's a mana ability. We're good. Flying high. So what is my opponent doing? We have Felidar Retreat? I guess I'm going to feed the Swarm maybe a little bit. Oh my gosh, Abram, calm down. Put the wallet away. Put it away. You're surprised Blood Sun doesn't stop Urborg? Well, Urborg reads what? Each land is a swamp in addition to its other types. I'm guessing swamp potentially is classified under the mana abilities. That's what my guess would be. All right, Feed the Swarm feels like it's important to bring in here. I'm going to take out a few of these Fatal Pushes. Maybe bring an Assassin's Trophy in here. Maybe bring a Singleton Damnation over one, maybe Triumph. And let's roll and see what the heck my opponent's doing. Trim Arena, it's forever a dead card? No. We don't do that. Look, we're fine. We have Feed the Swarm. Arena's online. Arena's online. We're going to keep this. We have a Inquisition. All right, Mystic Sanctuary. Ooh. All right, we can do something here. Oh my gosh, I whiffed. Oh my gosh, it's a madcap experiment. All right, you want to know what I want to do here? Liliana, get this down. Get to 5 mana. Sacrifice the Madcap. The Platinum Emporium. Let's do it. This is what we're doing. Last God, calm down. Planes. I can't believe we missed. All right, Gifted Aetherborn, go. We're going to have to hit a few more lands here for this plan to unfold. We could do it, though. Whoa. Blue mana? Abram, 100 bits. What are you guys wanting to hit? I don't know how this works. I don't know how it levels up. All right. What are we gonna do here? We have Omnath? Man, what if I make them sacrifice Omnath? Could I wait for this? I don't think I can. Maybe I can. Oh no. That's a new card. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Liliana. Slam them. Bye-bye, Inquisition. Inquisition's never gonna hit anything anymore. Liliana in play, Inquisition's going to be our discard unless they have a counterspell, which would be the only other card that they have currently. You're just following the crowd. Triumph played here. Let this resolve. Thank you. Uptick. Inquisition out of here. Land, please. Oh my gosh. Abram's sending us to level 3. Put it away. Casey tried to send us to level 3. Casey got leveled up. We attack for 2 here. Liliana, my opponent gets rid of the Hallowed Fountain. Your move, opponent. Felidar Retreat. Looks like that's a Feed the Swarm target. We do hit a land here. We're so close. Oh my gosh. Feed the Swarm Felidar. Go up with the Liliana. Oh, we're so close. Hit a land. If we hit a land, oh my gosh, we're going to steal some things. Look at that rat jam. Casey taking us through level 3 here. Abram, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you. Getting that kicked off. Uh-oh. What's that doing in your graveyard, opponent? Play Omnath. Oh, wait. Lotus Field will be a little awkward. Play Omnath. Please top deck land. Me, please top deck land. All right, we're doing Lotus Field things. They've got white floating. Flagstones triggers and goes and gets a tap land. They can't Omnath currently. Could they not? Double white? No. All right, I've got a turn then. And then I make them discard, and they'll discard Madcap. Dang it. It's not going to work. We're so close, Grayus. We're so close. They could have made black mana. Too bad Omnath's not of the black variety. These emotes are sweet. What is level 4? I don't know. Level 3, we get these cool ones, though. Gems and what? And this rogue guy. This coin. Oh, yes. All right. Oh, my gosh. Are you all ready for some fun stuff? They have an Omnath in hand and something else. Oh, are we ready? Let's make this pretty. This is in hand, something else. Land. Check. Play God of Fright. Check. Make you sacrifice. Platinum. Check. Trigger. Absolutely. Ah, I am Madcap now. In for 2. But I don't gain life. Awkward moments. Maybe I should have attacked first. I don't care. Play Omnath. Do it. Do it. Play that Omnath. And I will become Locus of Creation. This is fabulous. This is all we ever wanted tonight. 10-10 out of the night. On the hype train. We are the platinum. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? That doesn't have green in it. Oh my gosh, Abram, you can't do this. Abram, put the wallet away. What's the family gonna do? Thank you so much, Abram. Oh, they played the Omnath. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we're going to level 4. Oh, they don't let me steal Omnath. We won! We stole their Imperium, the Platinum. We won. We won. Oh, Arena was gonna show up. We just needed the Obliterator. All right, there's all our luck. See you next week. There's all the luck. We drew 4 more cards and we were gonna smash my opponent. Tergrid getting it done. We're on a level 4 hype train. Abram's carrying us. Casey's here. Last God's in here as well. Sam's in. Who else is in? Calico's in. Heebie-jeebies gifted. All kinds of people just dropping love. It's because they love lanterns. Now we can get a 3-2 victory. If we got a 3-2 victory with this. Oh my gosh. Calcium in 100 bits.
Another dub.
Another dub. Oh, that's right. Calcium's giving us biddies if we win. We're not even paying attention. Focus. Oh my gosh. I can't focus. Stop it. Grayus, thank you for the gifted ones. Oh my gosh. Did that just send us to level 5? Casey, stop! You people, I gotta play one more match. I don't think I can keep this. I have a lot of 2-pip things and I've got a Verdant Catacombs. My brain is going sideways. I gotta buy a new car. There we go. Checking in. I gotta mulligan this. The Nykthos scares me. Man, now, you know what? You all inspired me. No fear. Abram, Casey gave me the confidence to go forth and win this game. Not even gonna fetch here. F6 button. Top deck swamp. We got this. Last God bringing in the gifted sub, getting us closer and closer to completing hype train level 5. That's what I'm talking about. Basic swamp off the top. We're champions here. We're all champions tonight. Gifted Aetherborn, go. Get got, opponent. Casey with the 500 bits. You all need to put your wallets away. Put those tax returns away. Stop it. That was your 25th? It was 25 subs. Oh my gosh, that's too many. Last God, put your wallet away. Oh no. Oh no, it's a shame that we have Plague Crafter. Get got, Tybalt. I'm sending Tybalt to the Nether Realm. Get out of here. 100%. 5 levels achieved. People, go home. Go home. Put your wallets away. Eat a slice of pizza tonight. Celebrate. We may be fighting Tybalts, but we did Tergrid God of Fright things. We're not frightened anymore. Keeping the 2 land. No double black pip. Thank you, everyone. Your wallets can be put away. We're just going to have to double down on this Ardent Plea that my opponent's playing. Here's the broken version of Tybalt. It doesn't matter. We don't care. You can't eat pizza? I am cutting summer is here in 3 months. Summer's in 3 months. How do I even deal with this? What did they exile? Gatekeeper and a Flooded Strand. Let's put the Lantern down. Make them discard. We have like 2 minutes before we find out what emotes we get. What can we even unlock? This is the tier with Lol Frog. Oh, there's a mage and a potion and a book. I kind of want the Who though. That one's cool looking. Oh my gosh, they forced me. What a jerk. You forced me. You have Tybalt. You've got to be kidding me. Everyone deserves a fluffy sub. The fluffy emotes are amazing. Everyone loves them. I guess I Thoughtseize here and gifted Aetherborn. What else did they get? A Swamp? Oh my gosh, these cards are rough. Let's Thoughtseize, see what else is going on. The Lolfrog is great, Grace, isn't it? They have another Ardent Plea. What is this? Return target non-land permanent to owner hand. Aftermath, target opponent discards 2 cards. This is broken. You know what's really funny? You want to know what's really funny? This is where you lose the internet and get no emotes. You should get credited for them. Funny fact, this is a 2 mana and a 5 mana card, but because of split card rules, this is considered a, drumroll, 7 converted mana cost. This is a 2 mana and a 7 mana, and drumroll please, it is a 2 converted mana cost for Cascade rules. They can play this in a list where they play this. Think about it. Get out of here, Force of Negation. All right, hype train complete. What did we get? Thank you, everyone. We'll have a brief moment here to thank everyone. What did I get? What is this? I want to share this. I got Hype Mage. Look at us. Look at that mage. He has a little lightning bolt too. That's a pretty sweet one. I think that's better than the book one. I like that one. Look at that mage. It's so green. He goes with a frog so well, too. Where's the frog one? I don't know what my opponent's doing. I'm just too interested in this frog and this mage. Bam. Look at them. A frog mage. Frog mage. What are we doing? Are we conceding here? We might be conceding. Tybalt just went cosmic. Tybalt just went cosmic on us, exiling our graveyard, Thoughtseizing us. We're going to concede to hide the information that I'm playing Obliterator. Don't worry. That was a good one because they've got infinite spells to play. All right. With that being said, Abram, thank you so much. Casey, Last God giving one to... No, Calcium gives one to Frond X. Welcome. Last God gave one to Hulk 1. Thank you, KC. Another big one. Grayus giving things out to Gruel Me Harder. Ganja Sensei. Hey, Ganja. What you doing here? Make It a Train. Just Manowar and Thylian. Calcium given Abram, KC Abram, Last God Sam Abram, blah 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 blah. Last God Calico in here. Heebie Jeebies given one to Carnseas. A bunch of the KCs and Abrams as well kicking us off. Thank you all so much for the hype train. Everyone enjoy their mage emote. What are we doing? This is what? The Pithy Needle, Assassin's Trophy, and more Veils because this opponent's playing blue. This looks correct. And then Fatal pushes completely out here. Triumphs out. And maybe one Gatekeeper. So you only get one emote? Yes. Every hype train you get one emote. Scam trains are rough like that. They can be. All right, we're good. Submit. We got this league to go. Be here next week? Oh, okay. We'll be here. We stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's play first. All right, Thoughtseize. We have the green for the Assassin's Trophy, and we have Liliana, Gifted Aetherborn. Pretty good hand. It's probably about as good as we can do. If my opponent has Force of Negation, just wheels out into their Cascade spell, we're done for, but let's go. We've been battling Tybalts all tonight. Things will change on Monday. Things will change. All right, so we have a one-lander here. We have an Ardent Plea and a Violent Outburst. I think I want them to have the Ardent Plea because it's at sorcery speed. They have an Anger the Gods I'm not too worried about, and a Valky I'm really not too worried about. So let's go ahead and do the Violent Outburst. So they have less chances at this, considering they kept a one-lander. Strange for my opponent to keep a one-lander, but hey. Top of the library is a Triome. It's good for them. Go ahead and lead with our Gatekeeper. Or sorry, Gifted. We're doing that because Gatekeeper trades with Valky. If we played that first. Verdant. It's not a bad draw for us. Lily, uptick, get rid of Nykthos. They can use Brazen Borrower to bounce something if they'd like to. Get rid of Nykthos. Attack for 2, pass the turn. Gets rid of Valky. I am off. It's 5 a.m. here in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is sweet. You guys have a sweet flag. Cool to catch this stream live. We love our content. It's been on your YouTube since like 400 subs. Thank you so much. Have a good night. I don't remember if you call them fries or not, but your fry trucks are sweet in Amsterdam and your flag is pretty awesome. Take care, man. Or lady. Both. Digital person. If you don't know Amsterdam's flag, look it up. It's sweet. And yeah, they have like fries and these truck things. They're sweet too. All right. So we have an Ardent Plea probably off of this Watery Grave that they just fetched with the Misty Rainforest. We have Anger and an unknown card. We're spinning into Valky. We're going to play Valky and we're going to get the Tybalt. Tybalt's going to do down or up or sideways. Who knows what? Gets rid of the Gifted Aetherborn here. We end up top decking into a Plague Crafter or an Assassin's Trophy. I kind of like just jamming the Plague Crafter here, honestly. Most mana efficient thing I can do. And something about it, when your opponent has to sacrifice it, it just feels twice as good. What's on for league number 2? I haven't decided yet. There will be a league number 2. Well, I assume there will be. All right. Let's try Liliana here. I know they have this Brazen Borrow that can attack. We're going to go up here, get rid of Thoughtseize. We're going to keep Gatecreeper for this. And we'll see if we can't just get rid of that with Gatecreeper or maybe the Assassin's Trophy. Anger the Gods pitched here. 2 unknowns. Brazen Borrower showing up. Casey, thank you so much. Glad you could be here. We'll hopefully keep people around for a good portion of the night here. Trying to keep our averages up. Helping us to achieve our goals in 2021 here. We have our follower and sub goal over there, but we actually have a different goal. We'll get there. Ardent Plea forgot about the Exalted trigger and ends up getting our Liliana off the table. Opponent plays a Valky, which gets rid of Gatekeeper. This is getting awkward. We hit another Gatekeeper, but we can't kick it right now. We'll just pass turn. Exactly. Grayus, if we can get that, we'll have plenty of emotes. I feel confident in it. I leave my phone on watching you and just mute it when I'm watching movies. Sometimes I do that and just look down at what's going on from time to time. Gosh, do I fire this Assassin's Trophy out here? I hate taking like the damage that I'm taking. 3, 4, 5. If I top deck, I get Gatekeeper. Let's hold. Assassin's Trophy is just probably better at killing Tybalt. Oh, they have our Gifted Aetherborn. That's just awkward. Now I wish I would have killed this. Let's go ahead and Assassin's Trophy here. I took more damage than I needed to. I forgot that the Gifted Aetherborn was off of the Tybalt going up. Caustic, it's going well. How are you? Nice. All right, we can cast this with Kicker here. At least get rid of something. We'll probably get rid of Valky here, and they'll keep Gifted Aetherborn. We'll get our Gatekeeper back and be able to kick it again. Boosting. Uh-oh, they've got a counter. Failure. Failure. We failed. They get to play Failure to comply as well with the Cascade rules as it is now. This list will totally change if they change the Cascade rules. What's the average right now? You just have to look at how many viewers in the little bottom. My opponent puts the Outburst on top with a Mystic Sanctuary. They're going to get Tybalt next turn. This isn't good. I think Tybalt's going to get us. Oh, they put Outburst on top and then use Outburst? I'm so confused. Valky's here into Tybalt. The first card would have been Outburst. Upticks Thoughtseize from me. Steals my card. 9 all. Attacks for bunch. I'm at 3. We'll draw a card. We may be losing this game to these two cards, but I will be sure that the last thing I do in this league is name Cosmic Tybalt off Pithing Needle. This is the moral high ground and victory that we are completing this league with. 2-3 overall, playing a bit of a Black Devotion list with Tergrid and Modern. I'm okay with that. That result is totally worth the things that we did this league. 10 out of 10 league, using the God of Fright, stealing a Platinum Emporium somewhere in there, getting the Lantern side, using that a little bit, using plenty of Plague Crafters to kill Tybalts. We may have struggled against Tybalt, but we had fun battling it. Made it close. Yeah, our only losses were to the Valky lists. Maybe with changes coming on Monday, maybe Euroban, maybe Cascade change. We have to speculate about the other things, but maybe if there's a change like that, Tergrid might be your build around card. Tergrid's Arena, Phyrexian Obliterator, Black Devotion in Modern.